Brain, so much has happened in this program. I mean, when you think about what happened to Eddie Guerrero, what happened to Chavo Jr. earlier, Glacier with a big win, Duggan and Max battling it out, the Steiner brothers rebounding from a car wreck, and Rick Steiner showing us he's a little bit more messed up than usual. So we've had a program full of a lot of stuff. And now we're going to conclude our program this week with a great main event. Two former WCW Cruiserweight champions going out of here. Two men who know each other quite well, respect each other, and really, if you strip it right down to two of the finer athletes in this world. In the world, you're exactly right. You may have seen them wrestle before, I'll guarantee you they'll show you something new every time out. So much determination with the Dean Malenko, same with the Dragon. Sonny Ono in the corner. Here comes the man who is always focused. Don't touch me, I've got work to do. Let's not forget, we talk about the great athletes. I guess they're done bowling now, huh? Go ahead, Donnie. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about the great athletes in World Championship Wrestling. When you think about the athletes, and you think about how they're great athletes in basketball, but they have an off-season. They're great athletes in football, but they have an off-season followed by training camp where they have to get back in shape. Wrestlers, well, there's no season for pro wrestlers. It's all around the calendar year, so these men must work out constantly, must put up with the tough travel schedule worldwide that they must endure. Men like the Dragon and Malenko compete in Japan, in the United States, in Mexico, in the Far East. And so for pro wrestlers, when we say they're the greatest athletes in the world, we truly mean that. Or even like baseball players. How many innings does a player play a game? 9, usually. 4.5. He sits down half the game, don't he? Ah, very good. See? He gets half the day off. I got the most enormous respect for the people in my profession. Some of them, not Hulk Hogan. I don't respect the thing that person does. And I don't want to take anything away from the great football players because there are some great NFL players. And one of them, one of them right here in our group now, Steve Mongo McMichael. Wahoo McDaniels. But let's bring up a point that the legendary Gordon Soley brought up many years ago. Gordon played pro ball? Can I finish this, please? Sorry. Gordon said when you look at how many times during the course of a game football players collide, they have vicious hits and they're great athletes, but compare that to how many times during, let's say, a 20-minute wrestling match that these two men collide. Wrestlers collide a lot more. There's a lot more physical action in a wrestling match than in a football game. And we're not wearing helmets and shoulder pads and hip pads and fanny pads and ankle pads and toe pads and wrist pads. Well, now, that's true, but you can't really... I'm not going to go there because they need those pads. Oh, of course they do. Because you got 22 guys on the field, of course. And they're sissies. But they are not. They are not what? What you said they were. See, you're not going to get me into that. I'm not going to say they're sissies. You just said they were sissies. Stop it. I'm working without a net. And I'm working without a brain. I know that. Back elbow. He don't even need me. Right. He's good by himself. The knee to the jaw, and now Dean Malenko. Shoulder blocks. This Ultimo Dragon is a major superstar in our sport. As we've been told by Mike today, a young man who competed in Japan and really wasn't a big superstar there, but went to Mexico, donned the mask, called himself the Ultimo Dragon. Of course, we know what masked men mean to Mexican wrestling. Became a superstar over there, and now is one of the most sought-after international stars ever to compete in Japan. Three-quarter Nelson put on. And the man at one time held 9 championship belts. The 8 J Crown titles, plus the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. And that's wrestling all over the world, and defending those titles all over the world. Just the schedule would take an average guy out. Flight attendants don't do that. They don't go hard anyway. Malenko, that's quite a counter for the repeated leg burst that time. Sonny Ono is animated as always. And here's the repeated leg burst again. Look at this. up and down, all around the body, and a jumping reverse back kick.
You know, Sonny Ono is a master of jiu-jitsu and judo and a great kickboxer.
Handspring, back elbow.
Setting Malenko up good here.
Yeah, Malenko is really all tied up.
Ooh. He had his feet hooked so he couldn't go back over. He didn't want to get disqualified. He wanted to keep him there, but he wanted to stun him.
And he wants to superplex him in is what he wants to do. Oh, Malenko shrugged him off. Malenko, as you can see, he has taken a tremendous amount of punishment in this matchup, but he's going to rebound here, pick up the Ultimo Dragon, and brainbuster time. 1, 2, Dragon got out of it. And Malenko had just his shoulders laterally pressed. Did not hook a leg. I really don't think he expected to win the match that way. But you never know. Sometimes a brainbuster can knock a man out to where he can't kick out of it.
Never give up. No.
What did he say?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Now what's that? What is he saying there?
I can't tell you that.
You can't tell me that?
No, I can't tell you that.
You can't
That's
speak.
just for the guys.
You can't speak Japanese.
Yes, I can.
You cannot.
I can too. Benihana?
Benihana. Then say good morning in Japanese for me.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Well, that's pretty good.
Or Toledo. Looks like the Ultimate Dragon has some of Mrs. Guerrero's chili there. It's coming up on him a bit. You should worry more about the man he's in that ring with. Oh! I'm right in his beak.
And drop kick. 1, 2. No!
No!
Almost got him down. Malenko.
Let's see him look at that referee.
Yeah, boy, staring at Mark Curtis there.
Sonny Ono is a very intelligent man. Speaks 16 different languages fluently.
Oh, he does, huh?
Yes, he does.
And he's also a member of the Brains Liars Club.
Board of directors. I'm not a liar. The man told me he speaks 16 languages. Who am I to question him?
Leg scissors applied here.
Very wealthy man, too, you know. I
know.
want to cross him.
And look at our capacity crowd on hand. Universal Studios, Florida, home of Worldwide Wrestling, where in the month of April, at the end of April, first part of May, as a matter of fact, really the first week in May, we're going to be back at Universal Studios, Florida again. So if you are planning a trip to the Orlando area during the first week or first 2 weeks in May, you can be a part of our television tapings here.
You got to see everything that's going on at Universal also.
Of course. Did you go on the Back to the Future ride?
No, Dragon, no.
Why?
Dragon never give up.
Did you go on Jaws?
Dragon never give up.
Why?
Oh my God. How about E.T.?
Why?
How about Earthquake?
Why? Why do you ask me these things?
You don't go on rides, do you? You're scared
I'm not scared of rides.
You're scared to death of rides.
No, I'm not. I went on one the other day.
Which one?
I don't know the name of it. It's got this horse and it goes in a circle. It's at a shopping center.
Standing switch, full Nelson rolled through. Sunset flipped him over 1, 2. Malenko rolls back the other way, pins him here. Another standing switch. Malenko, that's a great move. He thought, though, that he would lariat him with the top rope, but really, the Dragon ducked through.
Tried everything there. They must have gone behind each other 4 or 5 times, switches and switching back and forth. I guarantee you they both wouldn't be on the floor if Jackman was out there.
I don't think anyone would be. Malenko, pulling ahead. Suicide dive, and he got it. Hit a backflip. I have no idea what purpose the backflip served, but the suicide dive was on target.
Well, he dropped his neck over that top rope, snapped his head back. Didn't seem to phase him a bit.
Back chop. Holds his ground, shoots him in with the Irish whip.
Oh.
Victory roll takedown, 1, 2, 2 count.
How did Guerrero, Malenko ever get out of that?
Full arm dragon twist, stop that. Going to try to power bomb him here. No, he ducked through. That was great leverage and great balance from the dragon.
Texas Cloverleaf. Oh!
And Sonny Ono saw it coming. Sonny Ono ended that. Malenko's going to win by disqualification.
Sonny, got it.
A sight set on Mr. Ono.
One thing you don't do, you don't cost Malenko a win.
The referee is disqualifying the Ultimate Dragon for Sonny Ono's interference. The winner of the match, as a result of the disqualification, Dean Malenko.
Well, you heard it. The referee's decision is the winner is Dean Malenko. The reason they call him a referee, he only has one. It's his left eye.